The first rule of any technology used in a business is that automation applied to an efficient operation will magnify the efficiency. The second is that automation applied to an inefficient operation will magnify the inefficiency. Success is a lousy teacher. It seduces smart people into thinking they can't lose. It's fine to celebrate success, but it is more important to heed the lessons of failure. We always overestimate the change that will occur in the next 2 years and underestimate the change that will occur in the next 10. Don't let yourself be lulled into inaction. The intersection of law, politics, and technology is going to force a lot of good thinking. Your most unhappy customers are your greatest source of learning. We all need people who will give us feedback. That's how we improve. If you can't make it good, at least make it look good. As we look ahead into the next century, leaders will be those who empower others. The internet is becoming the town square for the global village of tomorrow. Intellectual property has the shelf life of a banana. Technology is just a tool. In terms of getting the kids working together and motivating them, the teacher is the most important. The advance of technology is based on making it fit in so that you don't really even notice it, so it's part of everyday life. Information technology and business are becoming inextricably interwoven. I don't think anybody can talk meaningfully about one without the talking about the other. When I was growing up, my parents were almost involved in various volunteer things. My dad was head of Planned Parenthood. And it was very controversial to be involved with that. Drones overall will be more impactful than I think people recognize, in positive ways to help society. Software is a great combination between artistry and engineering. Historically, privacy was almost implicit, because it was hard to find and gather information. But in the digital world, whether it's digital cameras or satellites or just what you click on, we need to have more explicit rules, not just for governments but for private companies. Climate change is a terrible problem, and it absolutely needs to be solved. It deserves to be a huge priority. I think it's fair to say that personal computers have become the most empowering tool we've ever created. They're tools of communication, they're tools of creativity, and they can be shaped by their user. People always fear change. People feared electricity when it was invented, didn't they? People feared coal, they feared gas-powered engines. There will always be ignorance, and ignorance leads to fear. But with time, people will come to accept their silicon masters. In the long run, your human capital is your main base of competition. Your leading indicator of where you're going to be 20 years from now is how well you're doing in your education system. Treatment without prevention is simply unsustainable. I really had a lot of dreams when I was a kid, and I think a great deal of that grew out of the fact that I had a chance to read a lot. I believe in innovation, and that the way you get innovation is you fund research and you learn the basic facts. Nuclear energy, in terms of an overall safety record, is better than other energy. If you go back to 1800, everybody was poor. I mean everybody. The Industrial Revolution kicked in, and a lot of countries benefited, but by no means everyone. Exposure from a young age to the realities of the world is a super big thing. By improving health, empowering women, population growth comes down. Everyone needs a coach. It doesn't matter whether you're a basketball player, a tennis player, a gymnast, or a bridge player. In business, the idea of measuring what you are doing, picking the measurements that count like customer satisfaction and performance, you thrive on that. Innovations that are guided by smallholder farmers, adapted to local circumstances, and sustainable for the economy and environment will be necessary to ensure food security in the future. Governments will always play a huge part in solving big problems. They set public policy and are uniquely able to provide the resources to make sure solutions reach everyone who needs them. They also fund basic research, which is a crucial component of the innovation that improves life for everyone. I believe that if you show people the problems and you show them the solutions, they will be moved to act. I'm a great believer that any tool that enhances communication has profound effects in terms of how people can learn from each other, and how they can achieve the kind of freedoms that they're interested in. Legacy is a stupid thing. I don't want a legacy. Just in terms of allocation of time resources, religion is not very efficient. There's a lot more I could be doing on a Sunday morning. Security is, I would say, our top priority, because for all the exciting things you will be able to do with computers, organizing your lives, staying in touch with people, being creative, if we don't solve these security problems, then people will hold back. Discrimination has a lot of layers that make it tough for minorities to get a leg up. I never took a day off in my 20s. Not one. And I'm still fanatical, but now I'm a little less fanatical. We make the future sustainable when we invest in the poor, not when we insist on their suffering. If your culture doesn't like geeks, you are in real trouble. Innovation is moving at a scarily fast pace. By the time we see that climate change is really bad, your ability to fix it is extremely limited. The carbon gets up there, but the heating effect is delayed. And then the effect of that heat on the species and ecosystem is delayed. That means that even when you turn virtuous, things are actually going to get worse for quite a while. Bill Gates. Inspirational quotes for success. More motivation videos, like and subscribe to. Ring the bell icon to the channel Empowerment 888.